Welcome to this episode of 277 Broadcast, where we peel back the toga of your philosophy and expose the emotional bankruptcy you dressed up in beige filters and journaling quotes. It's not that you practice Stoicism, it's that you got your heart broken. Life slapped you across the face, and you needed a worldview that didn't make you cry in public. We live in a time where anything that smells like emotional control, productivity, or minimalist wisdom becomes digital gospel. And out of all the philosophies the twisted universe could offer, existentialism, Buddhism, Taoism, even Camus and his love affair with absurdity, you went and chose the one that says, don't feel, don't complain, and take it like a man. Why? Because modern Stoicism isn't about wisdom, it's about function. Today on 277 Broadcast, we dissect the modern Stoic archetype, that Marcus Aurelius remix, repackaged in neutral tones, that doesn't make you better, just more tolerable to yourself. Let's talk about where it came from, why it's trendy, and how too many people are using ancient philosophers as an excuse to avoid cleaning up their emotional mess. Stoicism was born over 2,000 years ago in the Stoa of Athens thanks to Zeno of Citium. Its doctrine: control what you can, accept what you can't, and live with virtue. Epictetus taught it, a former slave. Marcus Aurelius practiced it, an emperor. From the margins of society to the peak of power, they were all trying not to lose their minds in a brutal world. And it made sense. In Rome, you could get crucified for breathing wrong. Stoicism helped preserve your dignity when everything else had already been taken. But you're not in Rome. You're at Starbucks with Wi-Fi, complaining because someone left you on red while muttering, "Virtue is in accepting what I can't control." So, why did this philosophy resonate so much with you? Because it didn't ask you to change, it just asked you to endure. Modern Stoicism isn't transformation, it's stylized survival. You liked it because it told you what you wanted to hear, that suffering is inevitable, but at least you can look elegant while choking it down. You say, "I'm Stoic," but you don't practice virtue or temperance. It's like calling yourself a chef because you microwaved a frozen lasagna. This isn't practice, it's a label, emotional cosplay between breakdowns. Control your emotions with reason. Oh sure, as if thinking really hard will erase your abandonment trauma, your social anxiety, and that TikTok that broke you in 15 seconds. Real Stoicism doesn't deny emotions, but you do. You use the word virtue to justify your emotional numbness. Your story is yours, your wounds too. Quoting Marcus Aurelius won't save you from ignoring everything we've learned through science. That's not discipline. That's denial dressed as wisdom. You're not tempering yourself, you're automating denial. Psychology works with process, not with copy-paste from a Roman diary. What can we generalize? Tools, not dogmas. Space, not suppression. But instead you throw out quotes like, "What I can't control doesn't affect me. My dude. What you control still hurts, that's the punchline." Now you're just masking it with lo-fi and a leather notebook. You say the world won't change, so I must. Cool. But you didn't change. You muted yourself. Real Stoicism never promised peace or happiness. It said everything might go to hell, and still you can hold your dignity. But you don't want dignity. You want performative Stoicism with a 5 a.m. routine, a neutral face, and a nervous system fried by years of repressing everything. Accepting the world as it is doesn't mean you stop feeling. It doesn't mean you give up. But many people are using Stoicism to sell themselves a hero's journey, their own suffering turned into virtue. In truth, they're closer to the Christian path of redemption through pain than to the Greek ideal of arete. They're not Stoics, they're emotional hostages calling it virtue. If you really want to be Stoic, start by shutting the hell up about it. Live with virtue. No reels, no bold text captions. No, "This is so Stoic of me," comments under your breath while you journal with matcha. Because if Marcus Aurelius were alive and saw your morning story of journaling to chillwave beats, he'd probably start a new school of philosophy just to distance himself from his fans. Subscribe to 277 Broadcast, the only podcast that won't sell you personal development, with a eucalyptus-scented filter. And remember, you don't seek wisdom, you seek aesthetic suffering wrapped in Latin quotes.